This is the holy grail of car museum, automotive enthusiast history. Everything from classics to brand new cars. Good morning guys, Dhillon here with DXM Vlogs. This is an iconic moment in history right now. This is a full circle moment. I was just thinking back, reminiscing about the first time that we vlogged together. Matt, we're in a car together, vlogging.
Yes.
For the first time in forever. It's been way too long, guys. We are headed to Petersen Automotive Museum where we're gonna be going into the vault. I have never been in the vault before. Matt's been flexing on me all day. He's like, you haven't been in the vault? I've been in the vault. I'm like, well, Matt, you're cooler than me, okay? It happens. I'm really excited to go to the vault. This has been a dream of mine to see since I was a kid. I have no clue what to expect, what's gonna be there, but I will tell you this, it's going to be sensory overload and I'm not gonna know how to function. Okay, most importantly, I totally forgot this. I don't know how it slipped my mind, but we are in an M4 competition given to us by Car Debut. Thank you to Ollie for lending this car to me. It's in great hands. I am in love with this thing. It is so much fun. Okay guys, so we are here inside of Petersen Automotive Museum with
Patrick Thomas. I'm the marketing assistant here. I run all the socials, and I'm also a certified automotive genius. I'd love to show you around, Mr. Dhillon. Come with me.
Perfect, let's go. So, what do we have here?
We got a 1985 Lamborghini Countach LP 500S, and all white. Even the interior is white. One of my favorite things about this Countach is it's got those quarter windows, so you can't stick like your whole face out there, but you can stick your elbow. It's got the folding doors. Fun fact about the Countach, you might already know this, but the wing is all steady. It actually adds more drag than downforce. Fun little fact for you. It's gated manual, it's a 6-speed, can't go wrong with it.
I think this is seriously the cleanest Countach I've seen.
So this is where the tour starts, here on the 3rd floor. It's the history floor. It's meant to be to show you the history of the supercar. So it starts here with a replica of the first ever automobile. The first one, real one, is at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Germany, because this is a Benz replica. But this is how they used to get around. This is the first thing that got people around, the first internal combustion motor.
0.75 horsepower.
0.75 horsepower, could you believe that? That's like having a short horse.
Well, a horse has 7 horsepower, so you're just getting like the calf.
You're getting like maybe the horse's ankle.
Yeah.
And then this is what you got right here.
10 miles per hour, horse's ankle. We just went from a car with 0.75 horsepower to something a lot bigger than that in a short period of time.
Yeah, just under 4 decades, we now have a car with 400 plus horsepower in 1933. This is the Duesenberg Model SJ. It is quite possibly the most powerful car the world ever saw for a very long time.
As featured in The Great Gatsby.
As featured in The Great Gatsby, yeah, except not this one. That one was yellow in the film.
Yeah.
If you did your high school reading, you know that there's a reason why it's yellow. It's so large and so fast, so powerful. They say the only way people would get around you and pass you is if you lets you. Because the road presence is just massive. The power, nothing could pass it at the time.
I mean,
you were the king of the road, literally.
It sits like a yacht. Like to this day, I think by today's standards, this thing is still massive.
Oh yeah, no, this is still...
It's huge.
This is still puts a Mercedes S-Class to shame.
So, wow.
Check it out, we got our Mark III Ford GT. This is the road-going version of the very successful Le Mans car. There's only 4 of these in the left-hand drive configuration that made it to the Western Hemisphere.
The attention to detail, I've never seen a Ford GT like this before.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 4 here.
There's only 4 here, that makes sense.
This is the one that you'd seen in the Ford vs. Ferrari films. They use this for a lot of the references when they were building their kits. A lot of them were real, a lot of them were kits in the film. This thing, it's called the GT40 because it's only 40 inches off the ground. Yeah. I am 6'2", and it is not even at my waist. Wow. It is a very, very small statured car. Got a monstrous V8 in the back, carbureted.
And top speed was like nothing else it's seen, right? It was
165 miles an hour.
165 miles per hour.
For the 60s, it's kind of nutty.
It's insane.
Yeah, just a bit. The seats, if you look at any of the new Ford GTs, the 2nd generation, they even have the same divoted seats with the grommets all over. This started Ford's dominance in the motorsport world. And in 2017, the Ford GT EcoBoost, that even won LM 2 years in a row. Vector W8, one of the most awesome looking cars, if I do say so myself. They only made about 17 of them, 16 or 17. The number's unknown, but they never got off the ground. I mean, I don't know why. It's got the quarter windows. It's got this massive windshield, pop-up lights. Can't go wrong. And this styling is timeless. This could get by today, no problem.
This is, I think, the coolest looking car in my opinion.
Yeah, the tail lights look even cooler.
We're gonna
very 90s, 80s.
Yeah.
Right in the cusp.
Look at that, guys.
Twin turbo V8 powering it.
This is crazy. Has very Countach vibes.
Oh yeah,
very Diablo vibes.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, the early 90s, late 80s, the wedge car was where it's at.
That very sharp slant.
Sharp, aggressive jet fighter look was very in. I mean, it's even evident in the NSX next to it.
Yeah.
And then, not so much the Jag over there, but the whole idea of being as sharp and aggressive as possible is very in. For a window to even be specially designed to be an angled window. Have you ever seen an angled window before?
I don't think I've ever seen an angled window.
Exactly. That's awesome.
That's awesome. So Rob, when you build yours, we're definitely shooting a video on it.
1990 Ferrari F40. My personal favorite car of all time. We just spoke before. Is it yours too?
It is.
It is yours too.
We have a very basic top 3 Ferrari list, I think, right now.
I don't care. I'm in love. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
Thank you. Thank you.
Check this out. Nothing is like this ever. Gated manual, twin turbo V8, all analog. The car just becomes an extension of you. You become the car along with the car. As cheesy as it sounds. That's whenever I drive an analog car, that's how I feel. You just becomes an extension of you, and you adapt to it and it adapts to you.
And there's not a lot of cars that give you that feeling.
No, definitely not. I've never driven one. I've driven a couple other, let's say, analog cars. There's no better experience. That's all I gotta say. And just look at it. It's timeless.
It is.
Sure, it looks 80s, but the 80s were cool.
Exactly.
Ferrari Enzo.
It's a perfect car. That's a tough statement to make.
That's a very tough statement to make, but it's definitely up there. I remember building this as a Lego as a kid. It's one of the things that got me into cars growing up. Well, yeah, naturally aspirated V12 paddle shifters. It's the same chassis as the MC12, if you didn't know. It's the last Ferrari built with true Formula One technology. It sounds like the V12s that Michael Schumacher used to drive. It's quite literally one of the best selling cars of all time. Yeah.
Oh, my F1 history. Wow. Let's go over each one really quickly. Let's do this. We're gonna do a quick walk around, guys. We'll do like a 1-minute clip.
Alonso, 2018, his last year with McLaren. He's doing a great job right now. Good for him. Carlos Sainz, Toro Rosso, and he was teammates with Max Verstappen in 2017, right before the Halo was introduced. 1 year apart. Yes, one is about 200 times safer. Here's Alonso's Ferrari in 2013.
Yeah. It's crazy to see the history of where they began.
And where they end up.
And I mean, these are huge. With the Halo and everything, it just looks more practical, if that makes sense. There's nothing practical about it, but
it's got like heaps more technology. That's where most of the bulk is coming from. Excuse me.
Wow.
Here we go. MP Ford S26. This is button, because we have like 4 Vodafones here. It gets kind of confusing. This is buttons.
Wow.
When he was doing this with Mr. Hamilton himself. And speaking of teammates, Mr. Hamilton himself, right here, Lewis Hamilton's championship winning car. The 2009 MP Ford S24.
Wow. This is crazy.
Right. And here we have another Vodafone McLaren. This is Kimmy's when he was
Kimmy's.
Oh, this is the one that should have won the championship.
This is the one that should have won the championship.
But didn't.
It did not.
Sad days.
Oh yeah, not really. This is Hackenen's car.
Mika.
Mika Hakkinen. This is one of my favorite cars on the team. Driven by none other than the Michael Schumacher.
We have 2 of his cars that have been driven in here.
Yeah, we do. We have his street car and we have his 1999 race car.
Wow.
The F399.
Wow. And then, one of my favorite liveries, I do not condone smoking.
No, we don't smoke around here. The only thing this thing smokes is tires.
Exactly. Ka-chow.
Yeah, we got Hackenen's Marlboro McLaren.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think this livery is just so timeless and clean.
It's so simple.
It is. It's just elegant. It just works.
It just works very well, yeah. Could have said better myself. And these two right here are both driven by Ayrton Senna.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course.
Let's go down. Oh my God, the Holy Grail. Something I've never seen before.
After you, Dhillon.
Always wanted to. Thank you. We are in the vault.
Welcome to the vault, my friend.
This is the Holy Grail of car museum, automotive enthusiast history. Everything from classics to brand new cars.
Yeah, you're gonna see how extreme we go. We go from 1902 Cadillacs to 2021 McLarens over here.
And I see one of my old friend's cars there, which is a little bit sad. So I'm gonna pause it really quickly. Guys, we're gonna do quick homage to my really good friend. I haven't seen this car since Shupi passed away, but I can't even imagine how happy he would be just having his car in this museum, in the vault. I have chills right now, guys. This is weird. This was a very sad moment in my life, seeing him go so quickly, but he was such an amazing person. He focused on making everyone else happy, and you know what? I'm glad his memory lives in here with all the other amazing cars and people that got to walk by through here.
This is what happens when you let designers take inspiration from Miata when trying to build the next R7.
Miata!
Well, this is the upbeat official pro design.
It's so clean. It's so sleek.
It's very sleek.
It kind of, I don't know why, but it just reminds me of like a creamsicle.
Yeah, no, the orange is definitely a bold choice.
Yeah.
But it's got the Miata chin and the body of an F-15, which is quite interesting.
And then, of course, we have pop-ups.
Oh, can't forget the pop. Exactly.
Oh my God, guys. Fully exposed Senna 675 P1. You can't beat this anywhere. Look at the split in the carbon straight down the middle. Every single detail on this thing is crazy. Not to mention, everyone hates my opinion for this. I think the Senna is the coolest car.
I mean, that's a valid opinion. I'm more of a P1 kind of guy, but
Yeah.
I respect your opinion.
Everyone's like P1 any day. I'm like, but look at it. It's insane.
Who can blame you? It looks awesome.
It looks like a Lego set.
Oh,
They came to life.
which I do have.
Wow. All carbon. This is crazy. We're gonna move on, guys. Whoa.
Yeah, here we have Gold Road. Check it out.
Oh my God.
This is a fun little hard car with a supercharged V8 in the back.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with
This
that.
looks like the most fun thing ever. It reminds me of the KTM Expo.
This is 24 karat DeLorean. It didn't need to be slower, but it is like, you know what, this is good promotion for American Express Gold. When they first came out with the gold car, this was sweepstakes price right here.
Wow.
They said they made 100 of them, but there's only on 5 on record, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
More race cars.
Oh, we got more.
Drag cars.
Yeah,
drag
let's do the size of these tires. I can probably fit inside of them.
Oh my God. What do you think those are? Like 425s? More than that. We have I believe this is the original Batmobile. And this was the first time it was shown since the movie at Lamborghini Newport Beach. So you guys were able to see that a while ago, which is pretty crazy to see in person. Seeing it here now, it's so cool. That's crazy. Can you imagine just like driving down the street casually at like 3 p.m.?
Probably couldn't afford it.
Wow. That's amazing. And then of course we have all the Batmobiles here. More dragsters. This was from Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Perfect.
We have the Speed Racer Mach 5 built by Gotham Garage. We got Suki's S2000 SE and Too Fast, Too Furious. Fun fact, she had to learn how to drive stick just to drive this car for the film.
That's so cool.
And if you take a look at the seats, they're all fuzzy. This was taken out of a bathroom catalog.
Wow. Even more of a fun fact. Samantha Tan, you shot with this car.
I helped you out. Good to see you again.
Wow. Oh, it's so cool. This is crazy seeing this car in person.
Oh yeah, it's one of the fan favorites for sure.
Yeah.
And with the resurgence of pink cars in the scene, this is the leading the charge.
Speaking of pink cars, one of them is about to be pink by next week. I have to say it, this is the peak of racing history right here. Forget about every Formula One event that's occurred. Herbie did it better.
It's a bold take, my friend.
It is a bold take, but Herbie is my childhood. Look at this. Battle scars on Herbie. This is the fastest car ever built in history of cars. This will take every single car, including a Koenigsegg.
I'd say so. To Koenigsegg's to church.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is actually full race prepped. This is the real deal. They even have the hood just a little bit popped to improve airflow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's on huge tires too.
Yeah, no, these are like actual Goodyear Eagles.
Yeah.
This is the real deal.
So is this car actually fast or is it in person?
It's unreal fast. 200 horsepower in a Beetle is something you don't really want to play around with, because then your life's hanging in the balance.
It's essentially like driving a sports bike.
It does run, we do maintain it, and it can survive on Talladega.
Yeah, exactly.
The round door Rolls Royce, one of one, the most rare Rolls Royce you'll find in the world. It's amazing to know that the Petersen family, they found it in a junkyard in New Jersey.
Wow.
And now it looks like this. It is 21 feet long. It was coach built out in Europe, and then it was made its way to America, and the Depression hit, and it was left in a junkyard. They found it, saved it, and now it is essentially the brand of the Petersen. This is the Petersen as a whole.
This is such a cool looking car. Let me show you guys the front of this. I'm actually gonna do a little walk around of this. It is huge. I can't even put in perspective how big this is. This is actually bigger than the new BMW grills, which should say something. It's like 2 of the new BMW grills put in one, but it really does. This car is stunning. The attention and detail on everything in this car.
It's called the round door. They call it the round door because if you quite look at the door, it's a full 360. It's a circle.
Wow.
Nothing like it.
I don't think I've ever seen a circular door before.
It looks great, doesn't it?
It does. It actually works. Like usually you wouldn't think it would work, but with the body shape and the lines.
The Art Deco styling of the coach built handcraft, it is very fitting.
And I think again, this is a timeless car.
Oh, 100%.
So
This is definitely a timeless car.
I love it.